Hello, and yes, welcome back to another video, another live stream, guys. 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, I know. Check me out. 2 weeks in a row. That's quite impressive for me, my standards lately. But anyway, hello. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm so excited to be back doing another live stream. They're always good fun, and of course, once again, we've got another fantastic guest on with me. Another individual who I've been meaning to get on for so long, and I'll apologise. We're 5 minutes late starting. It's just because we were just chatting backstage, having a great time already. I can already feel this is going to be a great stream tonight. Yeah, fantastic guy. I've been meaning to get him on for some time. Got a fantastic channel. So if anyone who's watching, if you haven't subscribed or checked him out yet, links are in the description. And that is Mr. Slay3r Reviews. Let's bring him in. Here he is.
Hello, what's up?
Hello, mate. I know we were saying this all backstage, but it's so good to have you here.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, honestly, as I said, been meaning to get you on for quite some time. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And of course, fellow big Marvel Spider-Man fan.
Hell yeah, man. You can't go wrong with Spider-Man.
Had to do it when I was doing my little Instagram thing. I was like, I got to put
Oh man, I loved it. I loved it so much.
But yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Spider-Man though? I mean, come on, you got the Tobey Maguire films, and you got the Tom Holland ones, which are doing really good.
Yep, absolutely. I love them all.
Yeah, they're a fantastic series of films. But honestly, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here, mate. It really is.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a ton.
See some exclusive behind the scenes content before we started.
Yes.
That was good fun. But anyway, we've got quite a few people here already leaving comments. I just want to bring one up here. My fellow podcaster Ryan.
Sure.
We've got a new episode out today. He's here and put my least favorite live streamer. Don't worry, he then clarified Movie Bug. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for being here. But anyway, we'll go back to the start now, and yeah, we'll just see what people are saying. So Sabine's Awesome Gaming is here. Oh, look, you're here as well in the comments.
Hey.
I really like Movies Plus Games. And Scott's here. Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, Scott?
How's it going? Excited to be back on the channel next week, James? Yeah, that's right. I'm doing 3 weeks in a row.
Wow.
So Scott's going to be on next week. Won't be 4 weeks because I'm away the following week. So can't wait. Also, what are your favourite Spider-Man games and films? Are you excited for Halloween Ends? Oh, we'll do the Spider-Man ones first. I'll let you go first because you're the Spider-Man expert here, without a doubt.
Okay, so my top-rated Spider-Man games that I grew up with in my childhood would have to be Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2. That game is very underrated and is very exclusive to the comics. That's what I absolutely adored about that video game. And Josh Keaton, who actually voices Spider-Man in that, did a fantastic job. And I just loved everything about the Ultimate Spider-Man game, and I would always play it all the time because it just had so much nostalgia to it, and it respected the comic books as well that it was based on, and they got every bit of detail absolutely correct towards the comics, and I just absolutely loved it. My second favorite Spider-Man game of all time would have to be Spider-Man 2. Who cannot forget that pizza theme song, just swinging around the city with a pizza on your back?
Yeah.
Man, those were the days. Those were the absolute days.
I have very small memories of that game because I did actually play that one because I was never I didn't get brought up on superheroes. I sort of come into superheroes around when the Avengers come out.
Yeah.
The only superhero films I think I'd seen before that were the Tobey Maguire ones. So I was never huge on superhero stuff. So very small memories of that game, but I did play it.
Oh, but it was a hell of a lot of fun though.
It was.
Back in my teenage days when I used to come home from school, turn on my PlayStation 2, crank that game on.
Yeah.
I played it for hours.
Yeah.
And my third Spider-Man game would have to probably be Spider-Man Web of Shadows. That was a hell of a great game on the PlayStation 3. I used to play that one a lot, and that one had a lot of nostalgia as well. And that one just had something about it that
Mm.
that you could appreciate for it being a AAA Spider-Man game.
Yeah. Hmm.
Characters and stuff involved were awesome.
Yeah.
They stayed relevant towards the comic books. It had a great story, great combat, great graphics as well for the PlayStation 3
Hmm.
era. And I would also have to give it to both Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales to
Hmm.
end off my favorite Spider-Man games of all
Yeah.
time. Because massive respect to Insomniac
Yeah.
Games that appreciated the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Well, there's no way I can follow that up because I do not have near the knowledge on Spider-Man that you clearly do. I could say I have vivid memories of Spider-Man 2 and enjoying that.
Hmm.
And yeah, I've actually recently replayed the Spider-Man PS4 one, but the remastered one on PS5.
Yes.
Had a blast with that. And
Oh,
Miles
that's
Morales,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the
such a
way
good.
that they brought in the new performance mode and the fertility
Mm,
mode,
yes.
and that just
Yeah.
being enhanced on 4K is just incredible. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
It's such a. It's interesting how much more. I really loved it the first time I played it when the game came out,
Yeah,
but then it is, they did improve the game a lot. It does feel like
they
a new
did.
game.
Mm.
And Miles Morales, I think the only game I've platinumed on my PlayStation 5 so far.
Same.
So
Same here.
love that
Yep.
game.
Yep.
And then and then films as well. What would you say is your favorite, maybe top two Spider-Man films if you could do two?
Okay, all right. My top two favorite Spider-Man movies would have to be Spider-Man 2. Because that movie, I've said this a lot on other the people's live streams that
Mhm,
Spider-Man 2 is an absolute masterpiece.
mhm,
It has that whole characteristic on how Peter Parker has to deal with being a normal human being and a
mhm.
superhero at the same time. On top of that, struggling with money, and like struggling to find love, and him trying to protect the city as Spider-Man, and things aren't going his way, and then like we get a villain who is played by the absolutely brilliant Alfred Molina. Like
Yeah,
what a casting for such an iconic
yeah,
um
absolutely.
villain. And I just absolutely have a special place in my heart for Spider-Man 2 because that
Mhm,
movie, when I first saw that in the cinemas when I was a young boy,
mm,
was one of the most greatest cinema experiences of my entire life. And
mhm.
I
Yeah,
I just appreciate that movie so much. And
mhm,
massive respect to Sam Raimi as well. The scripts, the everything, the story, the combat, the fighting, and just everything about it was just amazing.
yeah,
And I would have to say my second favorite Spider-Man movie of all time would have to be Spider-Man No Way Home. The reason for that is because that movie meant a lot to me. To
mm,
see my fellow childhood Tobey Maguire and also the absolutely phenomenal Andrew Garfield returning back as
yeah,
Spider-Man. He finally got his redemption that he truly deserved after really capturing the character of Peter Parker and Spider-Man in his both TASM movies. And I just loved everything about it. The way that they brought the multiverse into it, and then Tom having his two Spider Bros there, and you could see a
mm,
very strong connection.
yeah,
Absolutely brilliant film.
yeah.
Like it was my movie of the year last year.
Mm. It's a good choice. To be
Mm,
honest, if I don't know, like if I'm allowed to include Spider Verse, I'd go Spider Verse and then
yep.
No Way Home. But
Yeah.
if we're not doing Spider Verse, I completely agree with your picks. I'd go No Way Home, then Spider Man 2.
Yep.
Um, but fantastic films, fantastic films.
Absolutely.
And then we'll quickly round up on Scott's
Sure.
question here, and then we'll get on to some other guys. Are you excited for Halloween Ends? I'm
Absolutely, man.
I'm just starting to rewatch. I'm not going to do all of them because there's far too many. I'm doing I've rewatched the original, and then I'm going to do 2018 and Kills over the
Yep.
next few weeks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really excited.
I'm I'm absolutely hyped for my for Halloween Ends. This is an end
Mm,
of an era to a fantastic franchise.
yeah.
And I never knew in my time growing up to appreciate the character of Michael Myers and also to John
Mm,
Carpenter as well. Absolutely love the Halloween franchise. And when I was first introduced to Michael Myers, when I was allowed to watch it,
mhm,
I absolutely loved the original. it was just something about it that I connected with, and
Mm.
it was something that I'd never seen before in any of any other horror films. This
Mhm.
was the one that I strongly connected to.
Yeah.
And then when I started to get more of an understanding about the character of Michael Myers and and how the whole story adds up, I was like, this is probably one of the most fantastic horror franchises in like a timeline I've
Yeah.
ever seen. And then when
Mhm.
2018 came out and we got the casting of James Ducourney, I was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, like this guy is killing it right now.
Mhm.
You see,
Yeah.
you s- you see what I did there, killing
Yeah.
it.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. I get you.
yeah, and when Kills came out, I was
Mm.
absolutely hyped for that. I went to the opening night of that, had an absolutely brilliant
Mm.
time with that. The audience reaction was just out of this world,
Yeah.
and so much badass things in
Mhm.
that film. Very underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
It didn't really deserve the hate when it first came out because these films, man, they take time. They take
Mm.
time to make. They that blood, sweat, tears, the
Mhm.
organizations, the script, everything, props,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
But Halloween Ends, man, absolutely hyped for it, and I cannot wait to go dressed as Michael Myers on the night and scare the shit out of people. Let's
I
go!
love that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Halloween Kills was my first Halloween experience in the cinema. I
really.
bought it's here somewhere, but I imported this. I'm not gonna be able to. Hang on. I imported this Italian set.
Really?
Like,
Whoa,
yeah, this is beautiful. This has got 8 films in,
that's
so
gorgeous.
got everything up to, is it Resurrections or something like that? Um, before the
Ye-
Rob Zombie ones.
Yes, Resurrection. Yes.
So it goes all the way up to there. I bought this about a month or two before Kills came out. Watched all
Wow.
of these. Watched the Rob Zombie one. Watched the 2018 one. So it was all up to date.
Mhm.
And me and my mates went in, and we had an absolute blast with it. It was
Yeah.
just so fun because I know this sounds really kind of mental, but at this point, we're so far into this series of films where
Mhm.
you are excited to watch Michael Myers find the most inventive ways to kill people at this
Oh,
point.
I know.
It's just fun to watch almost.
Absolutely, man. Especially when it came to when he used an actual light bulb
Yeah.
and just stabbed it through that woman's throat, and you're like, "All right, Michael,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, I see what you're doing here." And
The
then when he
one,
was grabbing all like those kitchen knives and
yeah.
stabbing it in that guy's back while she was watching, I was like,
I think
"Michael, not playing around here."
the one that got me was the kid at the top of the stairs, where it's like he pushed his head through like 3 or 4 times. It's like, okay, he's dead, and he just kept pushing him through, and it was
Yeah,
like, come on,
and then he
Michael,
just
man, the
broke
guy's
it, and then he
dead.
just broke his neck right in front of Allison. I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Michael."
So I can't lie. I'm hoping for more of that in the next one because I
Yeah,
had a blast with that. Absolute blast.
absolutely, man.
Next up, that was a nice long question there, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for that.
I really like movies plus games. Have you seen The Deer Hunter? I haven't. Is this the film Robert De Niro directed as well as starred
That
in?
is, yes.
Mm,
I can't say that I have seen it, but I
mm,
did see the 4K set when that did come out. That was
yes.
pretty nice.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't buy that because didn't HMV or someone do like a nice box set version of it with like the cover of the
Yes,
book or something?
yes, they did. Just because I can remember
Mm,
actually showing that on one of my Blu-ray hunts,
hmm.
and it was a really nice set, but it was a bit pricey for
Yeah.
my liking.
Hmm.
Um, but I know for sure that it was quite a popular film, so
Hmm.
I could
Yeah.
understand the price. But no, I have not seen it.
Mm.
Um, But you never know. I might actually get around to it, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I didn't pick it up because I normally buy things like that when they do like a nice 30, £35 set. Like I bought,
Yeah.
see some of them behind me here. Maybe I've got, it's a bit dark actually, but I've got like Goodfellas, Citizen Kane, The Green Mile. I bought the Singing in the Rain set, and I love those cine editions that
Oh, yes.
HMV do. So
Mhm.
I'm surprised I didn't pick that one up. But anyway, maybe I will at some point. Yesterday I watched Team America World Police and thought it was super funny. I again another movie I actually haven't seen here, so I can't really comment on this.
I've seen snippets here and there. It is pretty funny, but
Mm,
I don't really think it's kind of like my sort of thing.
yeah,
But I can see why people absolutely love it.
yeah,
That's what I can say. But you know, it's a parody of like Action Men back in
Yeah,
the day,
yeah,
sort of thing. But
yeah. No, one.
like I can understand.
It's another one I'll get round to at some point, I'm sure. Um, there's always a big list of films to watch.
Yes,
But I'm just gonna say as well to people who are watching, I'm just gonna comment. I'm gonna just brush over all the comments. People just going hello. So yes, hello to
sure.
everyone. But I'm just gonna
Hello.
get to the actual questions. Thoughts on the GTA 6 leaks? I didn't watch any. I didn't watch
I
any. I'm not
didn't.
gonna lie.
No, no. I'm waiting until it's all fully confirmed by Rockstar
Yeah.
themselves. Then I'll take notice
I'm
on.
thinking 2045 we might see that game or something.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got we're gonna have GTA 5 released surely another 5 or 6 times before we get to GTA 6.
True. True. Yep. But
Where did
I have full faith in them that they are going to deliver on it. Absolutely.
I really hope so. I
Mm.
loved Red Dead Redemption 2 is still my
Oh yeah,
favorite game I think I've ever played.
that
So
game is brilliant.
yeah, I have full faith that they're going to deliver a very good game, like
Yes,
bare minimum.
absolutely.
um, where are we at? Oh, okay, Ryan knew the Ultimate Spider-Man comics
Nice,
stuff. So
nice.
he's Ryan's very good with Spider-Man as well. I think he grew up on that as well. So whereas I'd say I was always more like sci-fi, like Star Wars, Doctor Who.
Yeah, yeah.
um, Mr. Tin and Sonic is here. What's on your watch list this week?
Ooh,
I don't actually know. Do you know what? I'm going to rewatch this week's. I'm gonna start one tonight. I'm gonna do the new Star Trek films. I'm rewatching these because I just done all of the original 10, so I'm gonna do the new 3 now.
that's pretty cool. Well, I don't know what I'm actually going to start watching because I actually finished that new series that came on Netflix. Oh, what the hell was it called? Jeffrey Dahmer or something. You know, that really
Okay.
sicko guy.
Yeah, I think.
That series was fantastic.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
my
really
sister
good.
was watching that, and she was telling me to watch it the other day.
Yeah.
Um, I've heard it's a very good show actually.
Yeah, yeah, and I was actually really, really surprised that it was actually played by the same guy that plays Quicksilver in X-Men.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I've actually seen a couple videos of it now you say
Mm,
that. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. I should have watched it today. I had one of these days at work today where I was at my desk a lot. And I
yeah.
do this a lot of work, and then I'll put Netflix or something on my phone.
Hmm.
And I couldn't find anything. For some reason that show didn't pop into my head. I ended up like rewatching the whole of Book of
It's definitely worth the watch. I literally didn't know nothing about this guy
No.
or anything, but then when I started
Mm,
watching it, I was like, God, this guy's an absolute
yeah.
sicko. What
Yeah.
what he was doing. But then when I finished
Mm,
it, I understood it
yeah.
and did
Yeah.
some research about him. Man, he was a Roman guy. I tell you that much.
Mm. Yeah, no, I do. I definitely will check that one out. But
Mm,
like, sad, I could have watched it today because I couldn't find anything to watch on any of the streaming services while I was at work today. I ended up rewatching the whole of the Book of Boba Fett, but I've already seen that, so
same, same here. Yeah,
I should have watched that instead. But anyway, um, got an interesting question here actually.
sure.
What is your favorite animated film that's not made by Disney? See,
Wow.
I think for me, Spider-Man come to mind very quick. Into the Spider-Verse.
Hmm.
That was my favorite film of 2018. And I do just adore that film, like the animation style to it, the unique story, and just using different Spider. Obviously, Peter Parker's in it,
Yeah.
but seeing all these other ones, like the Black Noir Spider-Man and
Hmm.
Spider Gwen, and it's just so cool seeing all these other versions which I was not aware of. But even if I was aware
Yeah.
of them, I would have never thought we'd see them in a movie.
Likewise, I was literally thinking the same thing as soon as I saw the word animated.
Yeah.
Into the Spider Verse came straight into my head because I went and saw that in IMAX 3D, and what a hell of an
Mm,
experience that was,
yeah.
especially when like Miles was on the building, and then you hear Spider Man's voice say, "It's all it is, Miles."
Yeah.
A leap of faith, and then like when he leapt off like the glass and
So,
like
yeah.
oh, that
It,
scene, man, looks so sick on the big screen in IMAX 3D.
yeah.
Trust me, that was that was an absolute incredible experience.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I must admit, I'm so pleased I saw that one in cinema. I saw that in
Yeah.
IMAX as well, I think, but I don't think I saw it in 3D.
Oh man, the
Um,
3D was amazing.
oh,
I actually saw it both in IMAX and in IMAX 3D on the
mhm.
same day.
Yeah. Oh,
So
good. Wow.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone to the cinema to see a film, the same film twice in a day.
Oh well,
But
trust me,
yeah,
man.
I'll get. I'm sure I'll do it for something. But yeah, I think that is such a good animated film. But I also want to give a
Absolutely.
little shout out as well to a pretty underrated one.
Mhm.
Let's say Rango as well.
Rango, yeah, yeah,
I
good
love,
film.
love
Absolute
that movie.
good film. Yeah, yeah.
People don't
Johnny
talk
Depp
about
was amazing in that. Yeah.
that. I love that director,
Hmm.
Gore something. I think. He doesn't really do much. I think he had that. What was it? The Lone Ranger one kind of flopped, and then he just fell
Yeah.
off the face of the planet a bit.
Hmm.
Which is a shame.
Speaking of animated films, I actually have watched most of the DC animated universe movies,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I would have to say, Justice League Dark Apocalypse War would probably be my second favorite animated film of all time because that was like the end game for
Okay.
DC.
Yeah.
And it had every element on what was used in Avengers Endgame, and
Mhm.
like you could see that had been put into a DC format, and
Mhm.
all of them were just going to this
Yeah.
massive war against Darkseid, and like all of them are just getting absolutely obliterated,
Yeah.
and like the only one that was left standing was Superman.
Yeah.
So you were thinking to yourself, "Come on, Superman, you've got to do
Yeah.
this like you're the last man standing, and everything relies on you
Mhm.
at this point." And when it came to that one-on-one fight, my God, Superman was like he was ruthless, but then Darkseid came out of
Yeah.
nowhere and just started
Mm.
beating the crap out of him and
Yeah. I
didn't stand a chance.
I need to watch more of those DC films. I've seen a few,
They're
but
great.
there's
They're
some.
really good.
Yeah, the what was it? It's the long Halloween ones I watched after the new Batman
Yes.
because I
Yeah.
love that. They were great. Love
Yeah.
those two. And I do have somewhere here. I did buy. I bought this set here, and I have watched them all. I got this Batman
Yes. Yes,
set.
I've got that one as well. Beautiful box set.
Yeah, that's the only one in here I was a bit niffy on was the Joker one, the Killing Joke. But the other
Yes.
four I thought were very solid.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, a lot of people were exactly like you with
mm,
the Killing Joke. I was as well because it it was a bit of a confusing movie, but then once you get the understanding on what the hell's going on, because it was also based on a comic book,
mhm,
you get more of an understanding on why it ended the way it did.
yeah, yeah.
So like
No, again, it's one that might improve on rewatch as well, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, they are great films. The DC
Mm,
animated universe is amazing,
yeah,
especially how they started it off with the Flash and the Flash paradox
mhm,
was awesome.
yeah. Oh, that's good. No, I definitely do need to get around to watching more of those. Okay, this question for me. Will you ever buy the Daniel Craig James Bond 4K box set? Yeah, this is fair because I told everyone I was waiting for like No Time to Die to come out.
Yep.
I was going to pick up the 4K set with all five in, and I think it was just when it came out, I don't know if I was low on money or just I had other things to prioritize with my spending,
Yes. Yeah.
so I didn't pick it up. And I still just don't have it because I saw the packaging, and
Hmm.
again, same thing as the Jurassic Park set, which I got today. It's
Yep.
just two cases, and it's so cheap.
Hmm.
I mean, I love Jurassic Park. I'd
Yeah.
always wanted to own the first Jurassic Park film in 4K, so I was
Yep.
like, I'm gonna get this regardless. But Bond, I think it's the packaging so cheap, I just haven't got round to. I haven't rushed to get it,
Well,
but
to tell you the truth, James, I don't even own one James Bond film at
no,
all. No, don't
not.
no, I don't even own one, and I got so much slack for it. When No Time to Die came out,
Mm,
like people were coming at me saying, "Oh, like Slayer, why did you not pick up like No Time to Die?" It was like one of the biggest
mm,
movies of this year, and I was like, I'm not a James Bond fan,
no, that's
but
fair enough. I mean,
I appreciate it. I
yeah.
appreciate the franchise. I
Mhm,
appreciate how much time and effort the actors put into portraying these characters.
mhm,
I'm not saying that I hate the guy. No,
mhm,
absolutely not. It's just like I think I just kind of just grew up not
mhm,
knowing too much about James Bond,
yeah,
or else
mhm,
I would love James Bond. But I've seen all of the movies. Don't get me wrong.
mhm,
I've seen them all, and I loved them.
Yeah.
I loved them,
Yeah.
but I never got round to buying the box set
Yeah.
because you know things get in the way in life, and
Well,
then you have to make sacrifices.
yeah, absolutely. Well, we all have, definitely, we all have our favorites. There are films that
Yeah.
I don't love as much that some people love. Like, I've got
Mm.
a few mates that like adore the Fast and Furious films, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest, I think they're just okay. They're actually, I do own them, but they're in like my hallway. They're not here in my main collection.
In your
Um,
movie room. Yeah.
yeah, so we all love our franchises like that.
Mm.
And again, I don't know if I'd be. I'm not a massive Bond fan, but I don't think I'd like Bond as much as I do because when I grew up, it's like my dad's favorite thing. So it's just always
Yeah.
on telly when I was younger. So I sort of got almost forced into liking it.
Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things. We all have our franchises.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mr. Playtendo guys here. Hello, mate. Thank you for coming
Hello,
by.
Pete.
I see that started your podcast today with Josh over on his channel.
That's awesome.
Pete will watch a podcast episode later. There we go. Alfred Milano as Doc Ock is hands down one of the best casting ever. For me, Doc
Yeah.
Ock is the best supervillain ever put to screen. I'll say
Yeah.
this: I think there's one casting decision in the
Mhm.
Sam Raimi trilogy which is better than that one,
Sure.
and it's got to be J.K. Simmons.
Oh yes, yes, it's J.
So
Jonah
good.
Jameson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
absolutely, man.
got
That
to
guy was
say,
born to play that role.
I still remember sitting there at the end of Far From
Far From
Home.
Home. Yes, yes. Far From
I
Home. Yeah.
hadn't had it spoiled for me. My friend Ryan, who I did podcasts with and so on, so on,
Yep.
he had, and he looked at me and went, "You're gonna love this post-credit scene." I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, okay." And he literally popped up, and I
Yeah.
could put a smile on my face. I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, I can't, because
And
this was
then
before all the multiverse stuff. I was like,
yeah,
"Yes."
and then when No Way Home rolled round,
Mm,
it went straight into it
yeah.
seconds after.
I loved it. I was honestly so good. I love that
Yeah,
casting choice. But
absolutely. But like Alfred Molina, like
yeah,
who knew? Who knew that he was gonna absolutely kick ass as this iconic Spider-Man villain
mm,
that we've come to love, and it being Alfred Molina, a
mm,
English British actor,
mm,
just like kicking ass
yeah.
in Spider-Man 2, and then him coming into No Way Home through the multiverse was
He
like
as
my
well.
childhood started off, and now
Mm,
my childhood's back again.
yeah.
Like what? Mind
And
blown.
again, he did have a very hard task because Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin is
Oh
pretty
yeah.
awesome as well.
Mm.
Following that up is not easy.
No, 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 no. I actually watched the behind the scenes about Spider-Man: No Way Home, and when they were
Mm,
discussing about them actually being introduced back into this franchise, they said that it was very tough. Like
mm,
trying to get back to how it was
mhm,
from when they played the characters back in 2002 to 2004,
mm,
and then many years later they come back, and then they
mm,
having to recreate how iconic their roles were when they first were casted in these movies,
yeah,
and that absolutely gave me so much respect
yeah,
for them coming back for all the fans, and this is why No Way Home became Sony's highest ever grossing movie
yeah.
of all time.
It's weird to think at the minute though how, and I love it, like this nostalgic thing of bringing
Yes.
back these characters because Spider-Man's done it.
Mm.
And of course, we've just had the Obi-Wan show where we've seen Obi-Wan come back and Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen
Yeah,
Anakin,
that was
and
great.
like DC, we'll get there. We'll eventually see Michael Keaton again if the Flash
Yeah,
don't get
I
cancelled.
like when I saw that leaked Batgirl trailer, I was like,
Mm,
like this
yeah,
looks bloody good. Like, why would you scrap this
yeah,
movie when you've been anticipating Michael Keaton coming back
yeah,
since 1980 bloody nine, and
yeah.
now you take this away from us? Like, in my opinion, I think this would have made DC get back on track.
Mm,
This would have got more people interested because this is like a new fresh start for
mhm,
Michael Keaton suiting up as the Dark Knight, and
mm.
we were robbed, bro. We we were robbed,
Yeah.
and like I felt bad for all the cast members, especially Brendan Fraser as well, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and the actress as well, funny enough, because I saw, like,
oh
some of
yeah,
her old
absolutely.
Instagram posts coming up of when she was allowed to announce it and how
Yes.
excited she was, and it's like, "Ah, this is a
Yeah.
bit shit to watch now." But, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shame, it is a shame, but hey, standard Warner Brothers at this point, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, next question up is coming from Playtendo guy himself, Pete. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever or Avatar: The Way of the Water? Which are you more excited for?
I'm gonna have to say Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The reason why for that is because this movie is not only going to be a tribute to Chadwick Boseman,
Mhm,
but it's also going to bring something special to the Marvel Cinematic Universe after the passing of Chadwick Boseman, because
mhm.
Chadwick, I know, absolutely adored playing T'Challa,
Yeah.
Black
Mhm,
Panther, and it was just that connection that he had with this character that made him reflect on like something special that he had when he was first casted, and I can't wait to see how Black Panther Wakanda Forever carries on and it's going to be very sad
yeah,
to know that Chadwick Boseman's no longer with us. God rest his soul.
yeah.
And but what that man was fighting, bro, how he kept that a secret, and I
Mm,
don't blame him for keeping it a secret, because like that's something serious. And
yeah. It's
um
it's incredible watching all of the, like, because Black Panther obviously was the film that came out before Infinity War,
yes,
and Infinity War and Endgame was so close together. Seeing
yes,
that he was filming those movies,
yep,
promoting those
hmm,
movies, and doing other stuff on the side, like he done that
yep,
21 Bridges, like
yes.
that
Oh, that's
man.
brilliant movie.
But like the last,
And also the biopic of James Brown as well,
yeah,
that he made. He was great in that movie too.
he really was, and it's
Mm,
just like the man, last 5 6 years of his life, just worked his ass off,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
always
While fighting
fans.
stage 3 colon cancer at the same
Mm,
time.
yeah.
That's that's a heart of a lion right there, bro.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely amazing, and it's
Mm,
yeah. I think Black Panther's gonna have everyone bawling their eyes out in the first
yeah.
ten
Yeah,
minutes.
well, especially me, man, because
Yeah.
when I found out about Chadwick Boseman passing away,
Mm,
I was absolutely heartbroken. The same, I was feeling the same emotions that I did when we first heard it about Stanley died.
yeah.
I had that
Mhm.
same emotional feeling
Yeah.
hit me right in the chest, and when I found out that Chadwick died, I it was like everything just came crashing down on me.
Yeah, it's an extra layer of sadness, I think, because with Stan Lee, don't get me wrong, that was heartbreaking as well. But the man was in
Very,
his
yeah.
90s, whereas Chadwick, well, he's early 40s, weren't he? Still a
Yes,
young
yeah,
man,
yep.
still had a lot to give. So that was, very sad, very sad.
And Black Panther was hated on a lot,
Mm,
and now since his passing, people have now come to appreciate him a lot more.
yeah. Hmm.
And it was disappointing to know that people were throwing shade at it, and then when
Hmm.
he passes away, people started to appreciate him more.
Yeah.
I just felt in my eyes that there was just no need for it.
Yeah.
He gave everything that he could to that role, and people still weren't
Yeah.
satisfied,
No.
and it's heartbreaking.
It's the way of the internet today, unfortunately. There's a lot of people out there that are
Yeah,
just like that. I've come to notice in recent years, but
yeah,
yeah, either way, I think Wakanda Forever, the trailer for it was excellent.
it was great.
And
Yes,
I
yes, I did a trailer reaction
yeah,
for it. I loved it.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
Um,
and I am excited for Avatar as well. About
mm.
bloody time.
Well, I was gonna say, I think I am if you'd asked me this about a year or two ago, I think I would have said Black Panther.
Yeah,
But I think I would pick Avatar out of two. I'm a little bit more excited for that, just because I have felt a little bit of Marvel or MCU kind of burnout the
yeah,
last couple of years.
yes,
Because
yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
I do agree.
I think
Yes.
it's the shows. I think there's
Oh god.
the layer of shows because there's content so much.
Oh, don't even get me started on She-Hulk, bro.
Yeah, I can't lie. I haven't been enjoying She-Hulk. I didn't like
Me
Miss Marvel much, and it's
me
just
either. And well, I actually didn't mind Miss Marvel because I actually
mm,
followed her a lot in the comics. So
mhm,
I understood quite a lot when the show came out. And
yeah,
yeah, obviously I did get a lot of slack,
mhm,
and stuff like that. But I actually, because of my knowledge that I've read on certain characters,
mhm,
when it came to Miss Marvel, and when I found out that they were doing a series, I was like, oh, okay, all right.
mhm.
I wonder what this show's gonna bring. And then when the show came out, I then started to realize that she loved all that whole cosmic side.
Yeah,
And then
mhm,
that got me thinking, who else has cosmic powers?
mhm,
Captain Marvel. I was like,
mhm. Yeah,
like, if they cross Captain Marvel and her over, this is gonna be absolutely
yeah.
mind blowing. And but then when it did come to it, right at the very end, where like we saw, um, oh god, I forgot her name now.
Oh,
But
Brie Larson.
yes,
Brie
Brie
Larson?
Larson. Yes, yes. I was like, what? I was like, let's go and all of this, and like
Yeah,
when they mentioned like the mutants and everything, I was like, are you
yeah,
like, and like you heard like the little X-Men theme song, I was like,
yeah. That
let's
bit was really cool,
go.
actually. That was
Yeah,
very cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally did not mind Miss Marvel, but I appreciate what they were trying to do
Mhm.
with it. But then when She-Hulk came along,
Yeah, that's it. I didn't like Miss Marvel much, but, I
mm,
think She-Hulk's somehow worse at the minute, so
yeah, especially especially when they teased Daredevil and he didn't turn up. I I was
yeah,
pissed, to
yeah,
tell you the truth. Like they were hyping it up and you were expecting him to turn up in
yeah,
the episode the next week, and you're just like, this is just like a full-on wedding episode. Where the
yeah.
hell is Daredevil? This is the only reason why I'm watching this bloody show in the first
Yeah,
place.
that's exactly what I've said. I've said this to a couple of my mates. I said, "Honestly, if I didn't know Daredevil was coming,
Yeah.
I think I would have dropped this one. I think I
Well,
would have
personally, man, I've actually met Charlie Cox as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Alright.
yes, I've actually met him.
Mm.
This was last year before No Way Home came out in
Mhm,
October. So in October, 2 months before No Way Home's release, I
mhm.
actually went to the MCM London Comic Con
Mm.
at the XL in London, and he was
Okay.
actually one of the guests there, and so was the one who plays Karen as well in the show,
Yeah, I
Deborah
was
Ann Wall.
I was meant to go to this, and I think I was away, I think, and I was gutted because
Mm.
it's just the one that Hayden Christensen went to as well or
Yes,
something,
yes, it is.
and
Yes.
I was furious
Yes,
because
I
I
actually attended this event.
mm,
I got to meet him,
mhm,
and I said to him how much appreciation and respect I had for
mhm,
him playing the Devil of Hell's Kitchen in Daredevil,
yeah,
man. The show it's the best adaptation of Daredevil I have ever seen. The guy brought so much heart to it.
yeah,
And this was like the Daredevil we have been waiting for, one that doesn't give a shit about beating the
mhm,
crap out of people.
yeah,
And like the gore and stuff like that of like him like punching people, and like you see the blood and everything. And I told Charlie how much I respected him for that series, and I was
mhm,
very gutted when it ended.
yeah.
And then I asked him this question: are you in No Way Home?
Well, I'm curious,
And
what did he say
and di
back?
he gave me a smile,
Yeah,
and he gave me a wink.
yeah,
So that I
yeah,
knew he was in it. Then when
yeah,
he came on in the cinema in No
yeah,
Way Home on the opening night, I
yeah,
fucking screamed my ass off. I really
yeah,
did, and everyone else did too. And we were like, "Oh, he's here!" and
yeah.
all of this, and
Do you know
yeah,
what?
but
I was certain he wasn't gonna be in it because they released that trailer where
yeah,
it's where Tom's in, like, some cell, where they're questioning him.
yes,
And you
yes,
see
yes,
that guy
yeah,
walk past in the white shirt, I think
Mhm.
it's the guy who pops up in Miss Marvel, funny enough, and he puts
Yeah.
some papers down on the table, and it was I was like, well, that's obviously going to be his lawyer, and I'm like, that's not Daredevil, that's not Daredevil. So I was like, there's no way. And then of course it goes to the bit in his house, and it's just that bit where you see the stick go down, and I was like, oh fuck! I was like, they've done it. They're actually
Yeah, I
doing
know. I know. I was like, I knew Charlie
it.
wasn't letting
Yeah,
me down when he
mhm,
smiled and he
yeah,
winked.
yeah,
Um, well, obviously I was wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt at the
mhm,
time, so he could clearly tell that I was a
yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
fanatic. And
Uh,
yeah, but he was an absolutely lovely guy.
yeah.
He he signed my Blu-ray of the Daredevil. No, my Blu-ray steelbook. Sorry, of
Mhm,
both seasons of Daredevil, the ones that are very
mhm,
expensive now. He signed those,
mhm,
and he was really nice. And the woman as well who played Karen,
mm.
she was lovely as well.
They
She signed my steelbooks, and she also
mm.
signed my True Blood complete series as well on
Oh,
Blu-ray
nice.
because she played
Mm.
Jessica in the show.
Well, they need to get her back for this, Daredevil
Oh
show
yes,
because
yeah,
she was so good in that. I remember, I think it was an
she
episode
was.
in series 3 where they do a backstory where it shows her,
Hmm.
I think, like, taking like, where she was addicted to drugs at one point, and it was
Yes,
like
yes,
that
that was. Yeah,
episode, her acting was incredible in that one.
yes. And I was very, very shocked to see that they're bringing back the guy who plays Foggy Nelson
Yeah,
in Daredevil Born
mm,
Again. I was like, let's
yeah.
go, we're
I
bringing back Foggy, baby.
I think they're all gonna come back at this point. I think
Yeah,
they are. So,
man. And John Berthel as well, man, as Punisher.
yeah, I
Like, the guy is born for that role.
yeah, I think Kristen Ritter is just Jessica Jones as well. She was really good as
Yes,
well.
yeah,
I'm not as fussed about Luke Cage or Iron Fist, but
yeah.
yeah, no, I think I agree. The Punisher and Jessica Jones, they need to bring those two
Hmm.
back. Absolutely.
John Berthel, man, when I watched the series of The Punisher, because the first time that I was introduced to The Punisher was the original Dolph Lundgren movie, The Punisher. And then
Yes.
that's when it rolled over to being introduced to Thomas Jane's version.
Mhm.
And then what's it? Ray Stevenson as well in Punisher Warzone.
Mhm.
I wasn't very keen on that movie. Um, but then when we saw that there was a series coming out
Mm.
of the Punisher because he was in Daredevil season 2, I was like, "Whoa, this guy really gave me a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Like, this is the Punisher that we've been waiting for."
Yeah.
And this
Mhm.
is a Punisher that
Absolutely.
does not care whatsoever.
No, it's funny because I remember when he got cast as the Punisher, because
Mm,
I think I saw him in The Walking Dead first as he's
yeah.
in the first couple of seasons of that, and I've been waiting
Yeah, I
for his
did too.
big role. I
Yep.
knew he had it in him, and then when he got
Mm.
the Punisher, I was like, "Here we go, here we go."
Yeah, it's because there's another film that I did actually see him in, and it's actually in one of my top 5 war films, and that's Fury.
Fury, great
Fury.
film,
He was
great film.
great in that
Mm,
movie. My
yeah,
God.
yeah. I always forget as well that he's in like The Wolf of Wall Street. He's got a
Yeah.
few good,
Yeah,
and
he's got some good roles.
King Richard recently. He was
Yeah, I
fantastic
know.
in that. So yeah, he's a fantastic actor, really
He
is.
is.
Definitely one of those kind of underrated ones, I think, which
Absolutely. And
don't
like but I know the whole Marvel community absolutely adore him as
yeah,
Frank Castle.
yeah. I think Marvel, one thing I'll give Marvel a lot of credit for is they're really
Mhm.
good at listening to fans.
Yes.
And people screamed enough for Daredevil, and they've got Daredevil.
Yep.
People are screaming for the Punisher, they'll get him.
They'll get him. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
But anyway, I want to say hello. Apologies if I skip over some questions here because I probably am. But Mr. Jim Jam Movies and TV is here. Hello, mate, Mr. James Millership.
Hello, Dudley.
What's the next cinema trip adventure? I'm going to see that new George Clooney film tomorrow.
Oh, The Ticket to Paradise.
That's the one. I can't lie. The only reason I'm going is because I see from the director of Mamma Mia. And I'm like, yep, I'm in.
Nice one. Nice one. Um, I actually I actually did go out on Friday, but I didn't do a vlog for it because, doing vlogs and YouTubing is very tiring.
Yeah, I don't
So I
vlog
just
that
wanted a
much.
night away from YouTube.
Yeah,
But Friday night, I actually went and checked out Don't Worry, Darling,
I
the new
saw
Florence
that.
Pugh and Harry Styles.
I
That
saw
was
that last
fantastic.
night.
I
Oh,
enjoyed it. Yeah,
I can't lie. I weren't a big fan. I weren't a big
I
fan.
enjoyed it for
Mm.
one reason and one reason only.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, you and me both on that one. But I mean, the film looked great. I thought the sets were fantastic,
Yeah.
and I thought the score was really good as well.
Oh yes. Yeah.
But without spoiling it, of course, because people here probably haven't seen it. I just did not like the ending. I didn't like the
No.
ending.
No. No. That's the only thing that I can say that was very disappointing was the ending because I was
Mm,
expecting a bit more out of it,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
guess that's what the director had it in mind pretty much.
Yeah, it was a shame though because I really liked Olivia Wilde's previous movie, that Booksmart. I thought that was great.
Yes.
Thinking maybe comedies might be better for her, those coming of age films, but
Mhm.
it weren't. I'll say this: I gave it like a middle of the road score. I'm going to review it properly on my channel tomorrow, I think.
Yep.
But it's like a 5 out of 10 for me. I see people giving it like ones and twos, like people hating it, and it's like,
Yeah.
guys, there's enough. Like, there's a solid amount of filmmaking gone into this. Like I say, the sets, Florence Pugh's acting, the
Yep.
score, the cinematography. There's still some really good stuff gone into this movie.
There
It's
is.
not
Yeah.
a complete dud.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed. For some reason, I actually enjoyed. Don't Worry, Darling, because it's not every day that that's my sort of go-to movie
Hmm.
because but I wanted to see all like the fuss was about because I saw at my local cinema that it was absolutely packed out
Yeah. Hmm.
for this movie. And when I saw it advertised, quite a couple times that I gone to the cinema, I saw it advertised when I saw Beast, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed Beast. And then I saw it advertised again when I went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version,
Oh, right. Yeah. Hmm.
and uh, it was just something about that movie that actually kind of like dragged me in,
Yeah.
but it was also Florence Pugh as well.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, I trust me, I'll go see anything with her in it at the minute.
yeah, yeah, man. Well, she was brilliant in that Fighting with
Mm.
My Family movie too, the wrestling movie.
That was a really good film. That was a really
Yeah,
good
yeah,
film.
and that was actually shot in the town that I actually going Blu-ray hunting in
Oh, is it?
Norwich.
Oh, that's pretty
Yes,
cool. Well,
yes, and in the marketplace, I was actually I was there.
mm.
I was there on set when they were filming.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, actually, you'll probably be interested in this because Marvel.
Mhm.
They're filming only about 15 minutes away from me. Loki season 2 at the minute.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, I saw them filming Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mhm.
I drove, the bit where by the London, what was it, Tower Bridge?
Yep. Yeah,
I think
the
it's,
London Bridge, but yeah.
yeah, Nick Fury and who else is it? Is it Maria Hill or something? It's like right near the end of the movie. They got the bridge in the background and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I was driving over the bridge when they were
R
filming. I mean,
Really, that's
you won't-
awesome.
yeah, I mean, I could see like the set and stuff as I was driving over. I was like, "Oh, what's going on down there?"
That's
And then
awesome.
I found out it was Spider Man. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Um, so yeah.
That's amazing.
Um, Next up, we have. I've seen a couple people ask similar questions like this. So, what is your go-to horror movies you have to watch every Halloween? Now, I'm.
It's Megan from Meg's Movies.
Oh,
Hey,
hello,
Meg.
mate. I didn't even realise.
Hello,
Sorry,
Meg.
I still just read the question. Sorry. Um, I'm pretty new to horror, as people probably know. I've only really been doing it for a year or two. It's not a genre I was brought up on. I was a bit of a chicken at school. People put like a horror movie on, and I'll be like, "Nah, thanks, not for me. I'm going to go upstairs and watch Doctor Who." So, horror is something I've only recently been dipping my toes into. But apparently Halloween at the minute because I watched all of those last year. Now I'm watching the essentials for this for Halloween ends. But I want to watch again like the first Nightmare on Elm Street this year,
Mm.
and like some of my personal favorites are like The Thing and Tremors. So yeah, I'll probably watch those over the next month or so again.
Mine would obviously be Halloween because
Hmm.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, he's the top guy.
Yeah. Um, I'd also say probably Friday the 13th as well. Probably the 2009 one because I actually like that movie for some
Okay.
odd reason.
Hmm.
Um, very underrated, but the thing I love about it
Mm.
is that it's brutal.
Yeah. See,
The
I
movie's
can't lie.
brutal.
I didn't connect with Friday the 13th as much as Chucky, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
or Halloween. I much preferred those slashers
Yeah,
to.
it's because like when I watched the 2009 remake,
Mm.
I was very surprised that it had the woman Danielle Panabaker, the one who plays uh Dr. Snow in the Flash series.
Oh,
I was
yeah. Mhm.
I was very very surprised that that was hers because it took me a minute to recognize her. But
She.
then that movie was filmed
Mm.
about a month before she was casted in Piranha when they were
I haven't
doing
seen those.
the
Yeah.
remakes of those.
Hmm.
And it was just something about Friday the 13th that just connected because like Jason
Hmm.
Voorhees, he was brutal in
Yeah.
that film.
Hmm.
Like um I will absolutely be watching the Chucky franchise for sure.
Yeah.
I love Chucky, bro.
Yeah, I got to admit, Chucky is again the first two Chucky films probably I'll rewatch because I really like the
Yeah,
second one as well.
yeah.
Um, but
Wasn't
I
very keen on the third one, to be fair.
see, I didn't mind the third one actually. I had problems with some of them later in the franchise,
Yeah.
but I was okay with three. I thought three was okay.
I enjoyed the Mark Hamill Child's Play when that came out.
That one was okay. I didn't mind that. It was the one before that. Was it? There's Curse and Cult. It's the second one of those two I didn't like much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
there was something about those two movies
mm,
that didn't quite click with me.
mm,
But the Curse of Chucky, though, the soundtrack on that movie was
yeah,
pretty damn good. It actually had like that sort of spine chilling
yeah,
sort of vibe to it, and
yeah.
but this was like the resurrection of like Chucky, like coming
Mm,
back sort of
yeah,
thing, and like like
yeah.
giving us a new take on what Chucky's been up to, sort of
Mhm.
thing, and but
Well,
I didn't mind those movies, but
no.
I loved how it actually connected to the series as well of
Yeah.
Chucky.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, so they've done Curse of Chucky, then they did the Cult of Chucky, still continuing on
Mhm.
half the curse, and then the Cult of Chucky then
Yeah.
teased Jennifer Tilly coming back, and
Yeah.
then boom, we got a
Mhm.
series out of it.
I can't lie. I only watched the first two episodes of the show. It
Really,
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't connecting with me much. But I hear it's.
it's really bloody good. It
Yeah.
is good.
I need to finish it. I mean, because at the minute I don't have the Mark Hamill one. I have seen it. I ended up importing this one from America.
Oh, that one's brilliant.
Yeah, I wanted. It was just a bit of a nicer. The UK
Yeah,
one was a bit big. Like it was like a huge
yeah,
set, weren't it?
and
So I thought,
there's a lenticular in it.
yeah, yeah, it's really nice.
That's cool.
So and it's all region free in here. So I was like, do you know what? I think that's the set I'm gonna get for Chucky.
That's amazing. Well, I actually don't own the actual complete collection,
Well,
the
yeah,
UK version.
yeah, because it's the same cover. It's just like a big box, and it's a bit cheaper
Just
at
like
heart.
slimmed down a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
definitely recommend
But
getting the
man, I
American.
give so much respect to Brad Dourif, man.
Yeah,
How that guy at his age now is still voicing Chucky
yeah.
it just amazes the hell out of me, man.
It's great that he's done it for more or less everything other than that one with
Yeah,
Mark Hamill. But to be fair, Mark Hamill done a good job in that. I thought,
he
he done
did.
his own
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He did make it his own a bit. And,
I loved the new take on the theme song and
mm,
respecting the original Child's Play theme song,
hmm.
but just it upgraded it a little
Yeah,
bit.
hmm.
That's what I liked about it, and I liked how like they did the song like "You Are My Buddy,"
Yeah,
like "You Are My Best Friend" and all that.
yeah.
I actually liked that a lot, and when I found out that the music composer for Child's Play was actually the same composer that actually did Godzilla King of the Monsters, funny enough.
Oh, really? Well, that's a
Same
very
music composer, yeah.
That's a very odd one, isn't it? Seeing
Yeah,
those two films, but that's pretty cool. I didn't know. Yeah,
yeah, it was.
I don't really remember the music as well from Chucky. But I remember quite liking the score to King of the Monsters. To be fair,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I mean they're a great little series of films. To be fair, and I will
Mm.
probably try and rewatch the first two films over the next couple of weeks at some point for Halloween.
And I might actually watch the Scream films, to be fair.
Ah, yeah, the first Scream film is so good. I love that movie.
Not to make you jealous and not to make anybody jealous, but in 4 weeks' time, I will be attending the For the Love of HorrorCon in Manchester, and I
Oh,
will be
okay.
meeting the original Ghostface, Roger L. Jackson.
That's pretty cool. That
Yep,
is very cool.
I will be meeting him, along
Yeah.
with quite a lot of other horror icons as well.
I think Michael Myers is the classic. He's the top dog of the
Yeah,
slashers.
I give
But
so much respect to
Ghost,
Nick Castle in
mm,
1978
but
for his role as Michael.
I've got to say though, Ghostface
Mm.
is the coolest looking one. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is about him. He looks so cool.
just in like a cloak with black
Yeah,
boots and a knife.
I like it when
What more?
Ghostface actually ends up getting hit because like his cloak goes everywhere, and it's just
Yeah.
I don't know. He just looks so cool all the time.
You know, like, and the thing about Michael Myers, right? You know how like
Mm,
all of his victims just run away, and then there's Michael
yeah,
just walking,
yeah, yeah.
like, like
I,
Michael just walks,
I
and they're
like
running, and you're like,
yeah,
Michael, Michael's not running because he knows full well that he's gonna kill them,
yeah.
so he's just buying time.
I like all the videos that people have made where it's like Michael just standing there, the camera pans off them, but then it shows him like sprinting round the corner to somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're always good. They make me laugh, those videos.
yeah,
Um, got another interesting question here from Mr. James Millership.
sure.
Um, Thoughts on Disney remaking Neverending Story? Now I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen Neverending Story. And so I really can't comment on this. But Disney's remakes lately, there have been a couple decent ones. I didn't mind
Yeah.
Jungle Book. I didn't mind Aladdin. But then we had.
I loved the Lion King. I
So
really did like that.
I wasn't huge on it. I respect it. It
Yeah,
looked fantastic.
yeah,
But for me, it was just so scene for scene.
yeah,
I got a bit bored. I think because it was like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing new.
That was the impression that people did get.
Mm.
But for me, because I grew up on it when it first came out, out on the VHS times,
Yes, I
stuff like
had that
that.
one on VHS as well,
Yeah,
actually.
and when I found out many years later that they were doing a live action
Mm,
adaptation of the Lion King, I was like, finally! I'm
yeah,
like, finally, we get to see Mufasa die again!
yeah.
Yay! Sort of thing. And like when I went into seeing it,
Mm,
there was just something that I felt in my heart that I was like, I'm not emotionally prepared to see Mufasa die
mm,
again.
yeah,
In the animated version, scarred me.
yeah.
Right, even though that was a animated adaptation,
Mhm,
I'm like, because 'cause I'm a massive animal lover, so I don't
yeah.
like seeing animals get hurt.
Mhm,
So, when I went in to see that this was like a live action lion,
mhm. It's
I I couldn't help but cry, bro,
yeah.
because it just brought back that nostalgia, but then it brought that feeling on real life reality
Mm,
of an animal that we grew up with, but now in live action. And when it
yeah.
came to that wildebeest scene where we see Scar like latch onto
Mm,
Mufasa's claws and him saying "Long live the king," and then like
yeah. Mhm,
you just get that flashback from the
yeah.
original.
For
But
me,
hey, they got back James Earl Jones though in the live
what
action remake
yeah.
of Lion King. I was like, whoa, they're bringing back the OG here.
It was so cool to hear him again. For me, the bit that always gets me in that movie, especially that moment, that scene,
Yeah,
it's the
it
it's
it touches you here, bro.
I hate the dialogue, but I love it. It's brilliant dialogue, but it
Yes.
hurts. So it's when Simba goes like, "Oh, come on, Dad, we got to go home," and it's like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah.
It's like that hurts.
Yeah. And I loved how they respected that scene by also using the same sort of music, but it sort of remastered a bit.
Hmm.
Because I rewatched it, the animated version the night before I went and saw the live action,
Yes. Hmm.
and I was in tears. I was in tears, and I knew I wasn't emotionally ready to see the live action. And then when I walked out of it, I just said
Yeah.
to myself, like, I've just relived one of the most emotional films of my childhood that I owned on a VHS tape, and now I've
Yeah.
seen it in live action. I I cried, bro. I,
Yeah.
I couldn't hold it any
Yeah.
longer. I just cried.
Yeah. It's a very yeah. It's such a impactful story. I think the
Yeah.
Lion King, but yeah, it is, I love the original, and
Hmm.
I did like the new one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know about this never ending story stuff. Have you seen the movie, the original?
No, no, I
No.
can't say that I have, but I have seen the clip where the horse gets stuck in the mud.
Mm,
It's not a very nice scene.
no.
But I can't say that I have seen it. But I know of the song though. The never
Mm.
ending story.
Oh,
Um,
well, they use it in Stranger Things, don't they, I think?
yeah, yeah. And while I knew about the song before it was in Stranger Things,
Mm,
so I knew of the movie, but I haven't actually personally sat down to watch it
mhm.
like in
Yeah, yeah.
concentration.
No,
But
funny enough, I had Mr. Millership on my streams last year at some point. I said I was going to watch it when he come on my stream, and I still haven't. So I need to. I will watch it at some point. I just will watch it at some point. And I guess it's on this. I'm guessing it's on Disney Plus, so I've got no excuse really.
yeah,
Um, but anyway,
well,
mm,
speaking of like the Disney remakes, and there was something that I actually want to put out here about this.
yeah, go on.
I'm actually very excited
Mm.
for that new The Little Mermaid.
Do you
Very
know what?
excited.
I'm curious. It's a shame the reason that the video is getting so much hate is just
Yeah,
because they've changed the skin color of Ariel, and it's like I don't see
mate,
why that's
mate, I respect any type of gender, any type
mm,
of skin color. I
yeah,
love them all.
yeah. Hmm.
If that's the one thing that I can't stand
It doesn't. I
is
mean, I don't get
is
how that matters. It's like at the minute with this Rings of Power, people are so
yeah,
upset because there's a black elf, and it's like because
exactly.
Tolkien originally wrote that whites are pure, that
Because
elves are pure white. It's like who cares? It's a character.
because like when I watched the D23 Expo panel of The
Hmm.
Little Mermaid, and when they premiered the trailer,
Mm.
I was like, this girl nails it. Like she's
Hmm.
got a hell of a voice, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of courage and confidence for people to do this.
Yeah.
And when I did my trailer reaction, it blew up, and I was
Hmm.
like, this movie looks bloody good. And
Yeah.
while I wanted to do a video on why The Little
Mhm.
Mermaid was getting hate and stuff, but I
Yeah.
chose not to do that.
Mm.
Um, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing The Little Mermaid, bro. That movie's gonna look beautiful in IMAX. I
Yeah.
can
I
tell
mean,
you now.
yeah. I know that it's considered more of a girly film, the original, but I
Yeah,
actually really like the original Little
I
Mermaid.
love The Little Mermaid, bro.
Mm.
Literally, the original looks so beautiful in 4K, and
Mm.
now we're getting a live adaptation of Ariel,
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm really excited for it. I like the fact that they're keeping all the music. 'Cause again, that's one thing I didn't like
Same.
about Mulan when they were
Yep.
like, "We're not going to do the musical numbers." Like, no,
I
do
enjoyed
the musical.
Mulan. That was really, really
Mm.
good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's another one I wasn't as big on.
Yeah.
One of my favorites recently, actually, from the Disney live action stuff was the
Mhm.
Cruella one.
Oh, the Emma Stone movie. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah. Yeah. That was
that,
great.
that surprised me because I remember that coming up. I'm like,
Hmm.
who the hell's asked for a film about Cruella? Like, do we need this? And
And
then
then we got Emma Stone casted, bro. Like of all people, and then she
all
blew it out of the park.
yeah, all of a sudden it was just like What the? And I just want to say another one here because I'm watching the comments come through. Someone's
Sure, sure.
mentioned Christopher Robin as well.
Oh, yes.
What a cracking movie that was as well.
Yeah,
That was
that was
great.
great. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, bro, roller spear. Speaking of Christopher Robin, I think you know where I'm gonna go with this.
Oh, do I? I'm trying to.
That
Oh, yeah, I
new
know where you're
Winnie the
going.
Pooh
Yeah,
Blood and
yeah.
Honey horror film coming out.
Um, yeah. I guess I'll watch that. It doesn't look like my type of thing, but
Oh, mate, I'm all for it.
but you
Like,
know
cause I
what?
grew up on it.
The only reason I know about this film and see trailers and posters is
Yeah.
because I don't know if he's watching because I
Right.
love the guy. But Jamie Powell, man, I think that guy's too excited for that movie.
Bro, I'm excited for it as well, man. I'm gassed for it
Yeah.
because, like, I know it's going to be very scarring to a lot of people that grew up with
You,
Winnie the Pooh and Friends, but
yeah, you
but
got to take it for what it is, though.
but I
It,
guess when you've grown up with that, and then when you get to your adult stage,
yeah,
you want to start seeing like horror takes on it and
yeah,
like R-rated stuff, and now we're getting a bloody Winnie the Pooh film.
yeah. I want to see
Like
a, I want to see a
like we even
Barney the
got the
Dinosaur
banana
next.
splits as well,
Yeah.
from the original TV show as a
Mm.
horror film.
Yeah, I think they should do them all. Do Barney the Dinosaur next, Mr. Blobby. Make them all
Yeah,
horror villains. Why not?
mate, I would watch them all.
It's fun. It's just switch off fun, isn't it? That's all it is.
Absolutely,
You
yeah.
gotta take it for what it is.
Mm,
um, right. Well, let's have a go at this question then.
sure.
From Cameron. Pixar has recently announced Inside Out 2. The original has to be my favorite animated movie. So I'm just like, in terms of like Inside Out, I gotta say, I really like the original. And this
Yes.
is one of the films I was saying
Mhm.
I could see a sequel for this because I don't normally
Yeah.
like Pixar doing loads of sequels. Like, I get very
No,
worried if they were to do
no,
like a
no.
one,
I was
two.
very worried when they did that with Finding Dory because
Yeah,
Finding Nemo was like such an iconic
yeah,
Pixar and Disney movie that I
mhm,
didn't want Finding Nemo to be completely ruined
yeah,
with Finding Dory. But what I did, I switched my mind off,
hmm
gave it a chance, and it
yeah.
proved it.
I've warmed to Finding Dory a bit over the last couple of years because I wasn't huge on it when it came out. I'll admit,
Yeah,
but I have warmed to that one a bit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
but yeah,
have. I had a very strong connection to what I did with Finding Nemo
hmm
with the movie, and it was good how they interpreted Dory's parents,
yeah,
and then she gets reunited with them,
hmm
and,
yeah.
and I just loved it.
Mm. It's yeah, it's a good film. You know, I know
Mm.
that thing is with like films like that, I always try to think, right, this is what families are gonna go to, and kids will love that movie.
Yes,
It does its
absolutely.
job. It does
Yep,
its job. It's very good. But I am so excited for Inside Out 2 though, because I've
yep,
heard they're gonna introduce more emotions and stuff, and it's like I'm so in on this. This sounds
yep.
fantastic.
I really did enjoy that. I actually picked up Inside Out on 4K when that first came out. This was actually
Mm,
before I was a YouTuber, so
yeah.
I actually picked it up. It was
I mean,
pretty
I've
good.
got it in one of these. I think I might have a 3D one. Yeah, I do. I've got one of those collectible kind of
Oh, really?
slips for it. But yeah, I do like that movie. It's a very good film. I will definitely be rewatching that before the new one comes out. It's going to be like 2-3 years yet. But
Yeah.
either way, I am very excited that that's getting a sequel. I'd like to see. I'd like to see one more Incredibles film as well. I think
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
'cause
Yes, I love The Incredibles.
I really enjoyed the second one. Again, that's another
Mm.
one that got a bit of slack, but
Yeah, I
I
know. And
enjoyed it.
like I can understand why people didn't like it because it took so many years to make another one,
Mm,
which is understandable. But then you've got to look at it on a different side. Like this movie was made for people that watched the original when they were younger,
yeah,
and now they've grown up to now see we've got the Incredibles back
yeah,
in our teenager age, and we're like,
yeah.
there was
It,
so many memes going on about it,
yeah,
like people were saying like we grew up with this first, the generation of kids nowadays, they'll be
Yeah.
chucked over the barrier, and we'll be stealing their seats
Yeah.
instead.
No, absolutely. It's so cool to see films do stuff like that, though. I
Yeah,
think you do see it move through the generations, and it's very cool. It's very
yeah.
special.
It is, and
Um,
I can tell that when The Incredibles 2 first came out, when I went to the opening night of it, it was
mm.
absolutely packed full of people.
Yeah. Do you know what? Did I see that one in cinema? No, I did see that one in cinema, but I just
Yeah,
don't think I went opening night.
yeah, I went to the opening night, and there is actually a Disney movie that I absolutely have a really special place in my
Mm,
heart, and this was actually a Pixar, I think it was Pixar or Disney,
mm.
Beauty and the Beast, the remake with Emma
Oh
Watson.
yes, I remember I had just passed my driving test, and my sister really wanted to see it, and I was like,
Yeah,
right, first thing I'm gonna do in my car. My sister loves the original Beauty and the Beast, so
yeah.
we went to see that. I drove her to see that. It was like the first
Mhm.
journey I'd done after I passed my driving test.
Yeah, yeah, it's because funny enough, when when Beauty and the Beast came out, the Emma Watson version, it came out the same day that Kong Skull Island did. So like me
Oh,
and my other half
hmm,
were literally like deciding which one do we go and
yeah,
see out of Kong
yeah,
or Beauty and the Beast. She
yeah,
wanted to see Beauty and the Beast, but
yeah,
me, I wanted to see Kong
yeah,
Skull Island. So I said to myself, all right, because it's Valentine's Day, we'll go see Beauty and the Beast first,
yeah,
then we'll go see Kong.
yeah.
And I walked out of Beauty and the Beast with a big smile on my face. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Mm,
Like I enjoyed that
yeah, yeah.
so much.
Yeah, it's surprising actually. I really enjoyed the movie as well. I remember
Yeah.
because again I only went because my sister went to see it. I remember just
Hmm.
sitting there thinking, here we go, 2 hours, right?
Yep.
The quicker this is over, the better. And then it ended, and I was like, that was good. I had a
Yeah.
fun time. That
The
was
visuals,
enjoyable.
man, were beautiful, and then when
Yeah.
they brought it out in 4K, it looked
Mm,
great.
yeah. Yeah. No, it's a really good movie. That, and
Hmm.
speaking of Skull Island, that's a bloody good movie as well. I had a very good
Yeah.
time with that.
Yes, it was. But
I
it
think,
was a shame that we didn't get to witness Godzilla versus Kong on the big screen during the pandemic. That was
see,
one of the downsides.
I did go to see that one on the big screen
Oh,
afterwards
you did? Oh, I sadly missed out. I
because
did.
I obviously watched it at home first, like everyone else. But then when the cinemas reopened, I was like,
Yeah.
that's the one I've got to go see on the big screen again because
Yeah.
that was just epic.
But I'm making sure that I do watch Godzilla versus Kong 2 in the next couple of years on the big screen.
Yes, yeah. So I'm
still
buzzing for that already. I'm
still
buzzing.
Team Godzilla, baby. Let's
Yeah, same here,
go.
man. I'm always Godzilla. Always Godzilla.
Yeah,
Right, we got about 10 minutes left, so we
sure.
might get 2 questions in here. Let's have a look. Let's see how we go. I've got to bring this one up. It's from Cameron again. And
Absolutely.
oh man, I mean, you should know my answer to this now, people. Do you prefer the Star Wars prequels or sequels? I mean, I'm obviously a prequel guy.
Same here, bro.
Yeah,
Same here. Same here. You can't go wrong with it.
no. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've ragged on the Rise of Skywalker so much that people think
Yep.
I hate all 3 sequels. I don't. I do like The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi's fine.
Yeah.
It's only The Rise of Skywalker that I totally despise.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, the prequels, I grew up with them. I had them on
Mhm.
VHS. And I'm always rewatching them. I watched them last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to know as well, well, speaking of Star Wars there,
Mm.
James, the MCM Comic Con in Birmingham, they actually announced that Anthony Daniels, who voices C3PO, is going to be
Yeah,
there.
I saw.
Yeah.
So annoying. Honestly, I'd
And
love to go to that.
C3PO is literally one of my favorite characters in the whole of the
Yeah.
Star Wars franchise. It's just something
Well,
about him that
well,
you have
I
a connection with.
I got tickets and they cost me a fortune. Um,
That's what,
when I,
well,
it,
they do at these conventions, man. That's how they make their money, isn't it?
well, it's the. Do you know what? I mean, the Comic Con ones aren't normally too bad. They're normally like 20,
Yeah.
30 quid. But I think this. I can't remember now because I bought them like 4 months ago. It cost me over
Right.
£200.
Jesus.
It's the Star Wars Celebration next year,
Mhm.
isn't it? They're actually hosting it in London.
I
Shocking.
know. I know.
And I got tickets for that on the Saturday.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm thinking if Ewan McGregor's there, I'm I'm
Ooh.
I'm willing to put a couple hundred maybe aside and do it and meet him.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be done.
mate. Well, like when it comes to these sort of situations, you know what I always say?
Mm, go
It's
on.
once in a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, that's
Once
it.
that moment happens, you'll never get it again.
Well, that's it. Funny enough, someone's just mentioned the actor's name actually, but like the one in that there's a London Film Con happening in November, and David Tennant's announced he's going, and
Yes, I did actually hear about that.
I mean he's my doctor. I grew up watching him. But it's like I've just bought like the
Yeah.
new iPhone. I've just bought one of his Apple Watches. I've just bought tickets to go to Budapest next year to go watch the Formula One.
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm going away next week, and it's like, can I afford this? Can I afford this?
So much pressure.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I've sort of got to decide by the 8th because
Yeah.
it's like that's me and my mate have sort of decided because that's like the day I go away. Me and my mate who are debating it are like, right, let's just decide by then. But the there's like a war going on in my head of like all these inside out emotions, like do it, and then don't. You've done enough damage to your bank this month.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And more like, well, like we know for sure that October is going to be a very
Yeah,
expensive month, as we know.
yeah.
So
There's a lot of goodies coming out next month as well.
yeah.
To be fair, I don't think I've got loads of stuff on pre-order next month. I don't think I've got too
Oh,
much.
trust me, man. You don't want to see what I've got pre-ordered on Zavi.
I
I
got
tell you.
I'm trying to think of what films I have on pre-order. I do have the new Thor film on pre-order.
Yeah, I've got both. I've got both of the editions of those pre-ordered on Zavi.
Mm.
Um, got American Psycho as well, the 4K steelbook from Zavi. I've got that
Mhm.
on pre-order.
See, this is when being a steelbook collector actually benefits me a bit.
Yeah, I've even got that Rambo collection as well on pre-order as well, the collector's edition for that. First
Oh,
Blood.
okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You are going to have an expensive month next month then.
Oh, and trust me, I even pulled the trigger on the Top Gun Superfan edition of both steelbooks and that
Yeah.
collection on Zavi as well. I pulled the trigger on that one too.
See, I think I will pick up Top Gun because it's easily one of my favorite films of the year,
Oh, it's
and
fantastic, man. I saw it 3 times with my other half.
I'm so excited to watch it again because my parents like they love like James Bond and
Yes.
Tom
Yeah.
Cruise action movies. That's their thing.
Mm.
And when I walked out of Top Gun, I was like, this is the
That
type
was
of film.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents are gonna love. So I kind of want to buy it so I can just show them it.
Yeah.
Because lately I tried to always show them my favorite films,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't really digged many of the ones I've shown them
Yeah.
this year. Like I showed them Batman, a bit too slow for them.
Right.
Showed them The Northman, bit too weird for them. But I know that Top Gun, they'll love that shit. They'll be all over that. So
Absolutely, bro. And have you pre-ordered the steelbook of H&B, the lenticular one?
I don't collect steelbooks
Oh,
because
okay.
I used to have about 30 of them, and I
Wow.
had such bad luck with them getting dents in them, and
Yeah.
they were cracking my discs as well because I don't know. I must have. It was probably me just being shit taking the discs out, but I couldn't get used to them, and I thought, and I was ended up spending a lot of money on films I already owned, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bail out of this one. I'm just gonna stick to my normal Blu-rays and 4Ks,
That's
I think.
that's fair enough, man.
Yeah, but I like as we were saying earlier, I like my collection sets. You know, like the cine editions that come with the books and stuff,
Yeah.
and the Arrow Video do a lot of stuff like that. I
Yeah.
like those kind of.
Oh, I did. Well, speaking of like first or cine editions, I did love that Lost Boys set that we recently got.
Yes,
That was
so good.
beautiful, bro.
So I'd say that's my second favorite one from
Mm.
HMV. I still like that Godzilla one they done the most, the 2014
Oh
one.
yes, yeah.
So good. But what it was the
Well,
Beetlejuice one.
funny enough,
Mm,
there was a reason why I actually brought the Lost Boys set is because because I'm going to that for the love of horror. Tim Capello, the saxophone player
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
movie, he's gonna be there, and I'm gonna get him to sign it.
That's so cool. I
Yeah,
wonder if they, because I wonder if they've seen these beautiful sets that they bring out now. I do wonder about that, like these actors and stuff.
yeah,
So it might be interesting getting his reaction on the actual
yeah.
set
It's because like
itself.
I was supposed to meet James Dew Courtney and Nick Castle at the event, but they sadly pulled out,
Mm,
and I was gonna get my my Halloween Kills vinyl signed by James,
hmm
and I was gonna get my 35th anniversary steelbook of Halloween 78 signed
hmm
by Nick Castle.
Yeah,
And when I found out that they pulled out, I was so gutted, and so many
yeah,
other Michael Myers fans were too.
yeah.
But then they came up with the replacements, and
hmm Yeah,
they
not too
had they
bad.
had someone big announced
Yeah.
for the event, Richard
Mhm.
Dreyfuss,
Oh, okay. Right.
Matt Hooper
Yeah,
from Jaws.
that's a pretty good, follow up, I'd say.
Mm, mate. Oh,
I wouldn't
I
even
can't.
want to try and guess how much it would cost to meet him, but
25 quid he was.
oh, was that it? Fucking hell, I thought it'd be more than that, to be
That was
honest.
both for an autograph and a photo, and
Oh,
I've already
nice.
ordered my tickets. I'm getting my Jaws lenticular steelbook signed, and
Mhm.
I'm also getting my my Matt Hooper Funko Pop signed as well.
Oh, okay.
And I'm having a photo with him as well because
Yeah,
he is getting on, and
yeah, yeah.
that'll be once in a lifetime, man. Because Jaws is such a masterpiece of a movie.
Oh, honestly, probably definitely my top 10 films ever made. Made potentially my
Absolutely,
top
man.
5.
Especially the IMAX 3D
Mm.
thing that we recently got for its
Mhm.
anniversary when it was
Oh,
re-released.
so gutted. I missed that at the cinema.
Oh,
So
bro,
gutted.
trust me,
Yeah,
the atmosphere of that movie.
yeah.
That was the first time that I'd ever seen it on the big screen because I wasn't even born when it first came out. So, um,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
I
got to
love.
experience it though.
Yeah, no, but I love Jaws. It's such a fantastic movie. It really
Yeah.
is. But funny enough, it was the last Jaws film I saw out of all of them. I know it's gonna sound really weird, but like when I was younger, my aunt thought it'd be a good idea to let me watch Jaws. Probably
Right,
not the best idea because I was like 7 or 8 probably.
bro. That movie scarred me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I just never
Made
wanted to
me
go in the
afraid, dude, of
sea.
the beach.
But my aunt thought I'll get the box set, but because they've tried to distance the first one from the first 3 so much,
Yes.
it was 2, 3, and the Revenge in a box set. So my aunt got me that one because like 3
Right.
movies. So I
Hmm.
watched all 3 of them, and I was like, I should really watch the first one, right? I've seen all of the
Yeah.
other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Well, that's that's the thing that there's mixed emotions with those four Jaws films, but
mm,
obviously everyone loves the first movie,
yeah, I
and they love the second one as well. The second one's underrated, like a
yeah,
lot.
I think the second one's a very solid movie. It's
Yeah.
enjoyable. Carries the story on well.
Jaws 3 we don't talk about.
See, I'll say this. For me, 3 is watchable. It's bad, but it's watchable.
But
It's
yeah, it's
it's the
bad,
full
but it's watchable just for
yeah,
those cheesy moments that like, say for instance, like you're having a really bad day and you just want to throw something on just to watch. Jaws
yeah,
3 is it.
yeah. It, it's the fourth one that's the oh
Yeah,
unwatchable.
yeah. Jaws the Revenge is it's something.
It's a movie.
It's
It's a
a
movie.
movie, but it's not one that I would have seen Michael Caine in of
No,
all movies though.
no,
But like
that
he did play a pretty good character as Hoagie though. I give it to him.
he was the best bit about it. I'll say that
Yeah.
much. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
The bit where he comes out the plane and the shark comes out the water and he goes like, "Oh shit!" It's like
He was like,
that
oh
was yeah. That was
yeah.
like the only good bit. Well done, Michael Caine. You saved
That
it a
was
little
yeah. Yeah.
bit. But anyway, it's 9 o'clock, so we'll wrap things up there. As I've got to be up at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh gosh. Well, apologies guys that we didn't get to all your questions.
Of course, yeah, no, it's always I hope that we've been entertaining enough for the people whose questions we didn't get to. But I'm gonna be honest, mate, I had an absolute blast tonight. Thank you
Oh,
so much for coming by.
Same here, man. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, and um, we need to do this again.
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%, 100%. We will 100% be doing another one. Um, I don't even know how many of these streams I end up doing nowadays. It's just sort of like they're so random. It used to be organized
Same.
last year,
Yeah.
and now it's just like I keep to my Mondays, but other than that, it's just whenever. But I'll
Yeah.
definitely we'll get you booked in again at some point, and we'll do something else together because it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, man. And it's been a pleasure to be on here as well. And I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And again, anyone who's watching now, anyone who's watching on the playback, there is a link in the description to your channel, so make sure you go give him a follow.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, we'll wrap up there. Thank you very much for coming by, guys. And yeah, I will be doing another one next week. I know people don't expect me to be doing them back to back this much, but I will be doing another one next week, and then I'll be off for a little bit.
No worries. And
But
also,
anyway,
guys, remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
from the Spider-Man King himself.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for coming by, everyone, and I'll see you next time for another one. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.